There is only one day left in the Bassmaster Classic.
One fish.
One bite.
Just one fish to make your career can change one man's life in the Bassmasters Classic.
Yeah! Oh my goodness, what a good way to start a day.
Who will be the one angler to be crowned 2007 Bassmaster Classic champion?
It is a beautiful day for fishing, especially when it's the #1 day in all of pro bass fishing. Finals day, championship day of the Bassmaster Classic 2007. Take a look at our launch point right there, Paradise Point Marina, Lay Lake, Birmingham, Alabama. Take a look at the conditions. The air temperature, very nice up there in the 50s. Water in the low 50s. The wind's pretty steady. Forecast is for overcast skies, sun, intermittent. The beautiful, beautiful fishing about to get started here on this most important day. And when it's all over, one man will stand atop the world of fishing, ready to collect all the rewards. We'll talk about that. I'm Tommy Sanders, along with Mark Zona. As you look at those conditions, is it a beautiful day for fishing?
Final day of the Bassmaster Classic, man. You cannot find better conditions for our anglers today. We've got mild temperatures. More than anything, we had a warm night and overcast skies. The fish will be roaming. They will be very aggressive this morning.
All right, so many stories working today, set up by the action on day #2. Take a look at it. Kevin Van Dam leads the Bassmaster Classic entering this final day. KVD trying to become only the second angler to win 3 Classic titles. He was one of only 3 anglers to improve his weight day 2 over day 1. Alabama native Gerald Swindle not fishing today. He's been disqualified for boat operation because of this action right here.
I just want everybody here to know I didn't cheat. I didn't try to cheat. I wasn't trying to gain an edge. I made a simple judgment there.
And Terry McWilliams, Federation angler, enters the final day with a good chance to become only the second amateur angler to win the Bassmaster Classic. McWilliams is in 9th place. World like he intends to stay with the pack. He's going to contend for the win in this Classic 2007. Now, Terry McWilliams, our Federation Nation angler, an amateur fisherman here in the Classic fishing a special place, a steam plant, the Wilsonville Steam Plant, with a very special feature, an outflow water pipe.
Yesterday I had a limit by 8:30, then they just quit. So I'm trying to get up here quick and get them while the getting's good.
And here's the biggest key to Terry's area. It's all about current. We've talked about this all week long. Current makes fish bite. And on this body of water, it makes spotted bass bite. The best thing about Terry's spot, it replenishes every morning. He catches a limit here, he can leave, then he can come back and start culling. One of the keys to winning a tournament is having a spot that constantly reloads.
He's got one on. He's doing some moving around in that current.
And check this out. That's how much current is right here. Literally, you're moving about 10 miles an hour and just trying to keep up with the boat you're standing in. And more than anything, that's when it gets a little hairy when you're fighting a Coosa River spot.
Terry McWilliams, the former state trooper, he's used to moving violations. He's going to have all his vehicular strategies in hand for this one here.
Thank you, Lord. I thought at first was another striper.
Good keeper in the boat for McWilliams. Important to get a start like that. Bass fisherman at that steam generating plant, the Wilsonville Steam Plant, with that outflow pipe that you see right there.
And if you keep your eye, more than anything, this looks totally different from the largemouth area. Perfect spotted bass water.
I'm only fishing for $500,000. What, you know, you figure up 38 years Indiana State Police, that's probably more than I made in 38 years. But it was good to me. It helped me raise my family.
And here's the difference in the spotted bass water. There's a ton of rock, there's a ton of wood, but the main key is that current. If you watch right here, Terry McWilliams is throwing his jig up current, and he's just keeping a tight line on it. He's letting the natural current flow pull his bait downstream. These fish position behind stumps, rock, anything they can get behind, and then they'll ambush the jig as it naturally flows to them.
Terry McWilliams again last month finished top in his region. Federation Nation Championship. That's how he earned this ticket to the Bassmaster Classic. He was so excited, very emotional on stage, a day he's been dreaming about for so many years.
And Terry is a master of fishing this way. He grew up fishing the Ohio River. Granted, the difference in the Ohio River from Lay Lake, the Ohio River has like 4 bass in the entire system.
Thank you, Lord. The green is. Will work.
Nice one there. Keeps Terry McWilliams right in the thick of things right there. Look at him in third place. Who are out there fishing. We'll take you out and let you meet Terry McWilliams. What a fascinating story. The Bassmaster Classic, like the U.S. Open in golf, allows the amateurs to compete if they will submit to some very rigorous qualifying. He has been through the mill. He has done what it takes to get here, and he has taken the most advantage of it.
Definitely. You know, Terry McWilliams is an Indiana Bass Federation Nation angler, and you have got to throw props to this guy. The reason being, everybody said, wow, Terry had a vigorous year last year. This guy has been fishing the Federation for 17 years. This day right here that we're watching is 17 years in the making, and I'm not going to sugarcoat this time. This guy has a legitimate shot at beating all the Goliaths of professional bass fishing.
Terry McWilliams fishing a very special spot here, the Wilsonville Steam Generator. That's a power generating plant, northern part up the Coosa River on this Lay Lake area. Of course, the water that outflows from there, the water that's used to cool those generators, so that water's got a little bit of heat to it, a little bit of warmer temperatures as it comes out of that pipe.
Definitely, but the whole key to Terry McWilliams' spot is that current. If we sit here and talk about it, you cannot pound it enough. That current is bringing new fish to his area. He can catch 2, 3, 4, it'll die down, then 2 or 3 fish seem to move in.
Last time an angler from the Bass Federation Nation won the Classic, 1994. Brian Kirchhoff won that Classic, tragically lost his life in an airplane accident not long after that. This would actually really just reinvigorate the grassroots of bass fishing, tournament fishing anyway. We were the anglers who compete in Bass Federation tournaments all across the world each and every week.
Not wet, but I got him. Thank you, Lord. Whoo, son. Number 5.
So much this morning.
That great story we alluded to. Terry McWilliams, a Federation Nation angler, fishing near the steam generating plant there, upriver on the Coosa River here on Lay Lake. And Terry McWilliams, you talk about a guy camping in a spot right there. He's laying on this place.
He is. And what can you say about Lay Lake right now? We have never had a classic with anglers fishing so many different techniques. You talk about Kevin Van Dam and Boyd Duckett cranking for largemouth. Terry Scroggins flipping heavy grass for largemouth. This guy right here literally fishing in a waterfall right now. You can go all the way to Mike Iaconelli structure fishing on the bottom of the lake. That's what makes this classic right now one of the best we've ever had.
That waterfall you alluded to right there is the outflow pipe. That's the water that cools these steam generation pipes in this plant here. Adds a little temperature to the water, maybe adds to the current even a little bit. Got one on there he's pretty serious about.
Thank you, Lord. That's what I'm looking like. That'll work. Coosa River.
Nice stringer of fish for Terry McWilliams. He's keeping himself right there, right behind our tournament leader, Kevin Van Dam.
The one thing Kevin said he needed more than anything was overcast skies. None of that in the future. That made sense. Did it?
He's barely hooked. 2 in him. Oh, barely. That'll work. Get rid of that little one.
Kevin Van Dam still not able to put much room between him and the second place man right there. He's got to get some bigger fish going. But let's take a look at our all-time money leaders. And there he is, Kevin Van Dam, just a shade ahead of some long shots coming in. They were Terry McWilliams, our Federation Nation angler, been since 1994. That was the only time a Federation angler won the Classic. A long shot coming in here, and Boyd Duckett from Demopolis, Alabama. Not known by everyone, but he is known now.
In 1994, Brian Kirchhoff, a short-order cook from Connecticut who finished last the year before, ignored the odds and became the first and only amateur to win the Bassmaster Classic.
Here you go, Roy.
Kirchhoff's stunning win on High Rock Lake in North Carolina proved anyone with a dream and the drive can compete and beat the world's best anglers. Tragically, just a few months after his remarkable win, Kirchhoff was killed in a commuter plane crash.
He accomplished everything that he wanted to, but the impact that he had, because of the life that he chose, is probably more significant than had he not passed away.
For the weekend angler, Brian Kirchhoff will always be an inspiration.
The Brian Kirchhoff memory still strong with the members of the Federation Nation. And man, oh man, does the Federation Nation have somebody to root for in this fight here today? Final day, championship day of the Bassmaster Classic. Look at him right there, Terry McWilliams, less than a couple of pounds behind our leader, Kevin Van Dam. Some strong stuff out there. Mark Zona, I put it to you. How important is this? This is big for all these grassroots bass fishermen.
You know, here's the best way you can put this into context right now. You know, Terry McWilliams, the best way to describe it is like when Boise State played Oklahoma this year. You know, Boise State got on the field and you're like, man, I just want them to show up and maybe score a touchdown. They came to play, and that is exactly what is happening right now. Terry McWilliams came to this Classic to win it. And I'm going to tell you a little something about this guy. He knows exactly what he's doing.
All right, Terry McWilliams, our amateur contender for the title of Bassmaster Classic champion. Get to him right now out on the water. He's been catching them solid all day long, as he has all the way through this tournament.
Give the guy credit right now, man. He left his waterfall he's been fishing. He's going for broke. He is trying to put this one in the bag.
Saw him catch all those good spotted bass out there in that fight in the current, letting it work for him. Byron Velvick is on this one. Let's hear from Byron right now.
Big news developing here on day 3 of Bassmaster Classic, and it's getting late, but behind me is Terry McWilliams, and he is catching them big. They say he's got 15, 16 pounds, unofficially 3rd place. This is huge. When we got here, he was calling a 3-pounder, He took and let go of fish most guys would kill to have today. He is on them, he's catching them, he knows what he's doing. He's flipping a jig in the grass, looking for one more big bite to maybe make the biggest upset of the whole Classic. The story of a Federation angler right here winning the Classic in the back of Yellowleaf Creek.
Just didn't happen for me yesterday, did it? I'm not really sure. I can't really tell in all this wind whether that's a bite or not, but I thought it was. First one, there it is. That's what I needed right there. Lord, yeah. That's a good one there. Stay on, big girl. My hands on there. Yeah, baby. That's what I'm fishing for. Woo! Yeah! Oh, that's what I needed right there. Oh, look at that beautiful fish, would y'all. Look at that beautiful fish.
In this competition.
And our first angler is Terry McWilliams.
5 pounds and 3 ounces. Time to load the Triton hot seat with our Federation Nation member, Terry McWilliams.
And Terry was one of the stars of the day. The Indiana Federation Nation with one of the biggest fishing days of his whole life.
A big limit of fish right here. 17 pounds, 6 ounces. Terry McWilliams, top of the food chain.
And that catch right there would put Terry McWilliams in 4th place with 45 pounds, 3 ounces.
All right, the final leaderboard is in the books now at the Bassmaster Classic 2007. There he is, your $500,000 winner, Boyd Duckett, Skeet Reese in 2nd place. We go down through there, a Mike Worm, a Mike McClellan. These guys tried hard. It says a lot for them that they made the top 25.
Let's still give it up to Terry McWilliams, our Federation Nation angler, man. Huge tournament.
Yeah, big stroke for the Federation Nation right there, and it couldn't have had a better representative than Terry McWilliams. But